Workers who distinguish themselves should be given letters of appreciation or congratulated in one way or the other.
LUMA Slim Davis is a Cameroonian, a Bakwirian from the southwest region, more precisely Paco Division. He's a father of 3, 2 girls and 1 boy.
LUMA Slim Davis studied went through university and did his higher education and higher certificates in very tough universities in Nigeria. And we've understood that for a person to succeed through universities in Nigeria, you have to be a warrior, you have to be a strong fighter.
I schooled in Nigeria, did journalism, worked in Nigeria for some time, and I had a stint at the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Lagos. Before coming to Cameroon, I've worked in so many private newspapers like Le Messager, The Sketch, and so on.
C'est un monsieur qui a eu un long parcours et donc très expérimenté. Et donc avec lui, la conversation est toujours facile et très profonde parce qu'elle est ponctuée d'anecdotes de ses multiples vies. Et il a eu une très belle expérience au Nigeria qui l'a beaucoup marqué. Et donc dans les conversations, il faisait toujours référence à ce qu'il a vécu au Nigeria. Ça fait que j'avais l'habitude de le taquiner en salle de rédaction. Lorsqu'il y a un fait d'actualité au Cameroun, à chaque fois je demandais « Alors monsieur Luma, et au Nigeria, ça se serait passé comment ?» Et tout le monde partait d'un éclat de rire. Et c'était vraiment pour dire qu'on avait de très bons rapports.
I worked on CRTV National Station for many years as a reporter, news presenter. Later on, I was transferred to Boya. I was the deputy editor in charge of sports in CRTV Boya. After some time, I was transferred to Yaoundé. I worked at the CRTV Marketing and Communication Service, and then later on I was sent back to the newsroom where I was before I was sent to Boya.
Je disais aux jeunes là, on ne tombe pas malade comme ça. LUMA Slim Davis is a big brother, so you follow his work even from very, very far. Well, for those who were coming in as young stars, it is first of all his name that attracted us. He has a name of a young man, and just like his name, Luma is never growing old. So when you hear LUMA Slim Davis, the next thing you want to do is you want to see a hard-working young man. And when we came, we met a hard-working person as far as reporting is concerned. Sometimes you needed to follow his economic reports, and then to understand who Luma is. Key is there to make sure that it's very good.
Côté professionnel, vous savez, il a fait beaucoup dans l'économie, tout comme moi. Moi en langue française et lui en langue anglaise. Nous étions des compagnons de tous les jours. Envoyez M. Luma à n'importe quel reportage. Il ne va pas vous dire je ne le fais pas. Il part le faire. Il ne va pas vous dire que non, je suis déjà fatigué. Il ira le faire.
LUMA était un reporter très consciencieux, très appliqué, qui ne réchiait jamais à la tâche. Il était capable de faire 2-3 reportages en une journée. Même à cet âge de quasi-retraité. Et souvent, il s'étonnait de ce que des plus jeunes que lui traînent des pieds, boudent, lorsqu'on leur demande de faire des sujets tous les jours. Alors il lui répétait inlassablement que lui, il peut faire des papiers tous les jours, et il le faisait tous les jours. Il en faisait même parfois plusieurs.
LUMA Slim Davis is that one reporter that you would hardly hear editors or even news supervisors complaining that he has edited a report overboard the time that he was accorded. He always keeps his reports very short, simple, and straight to the point.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Many years back in Lagos, as a young reporter, I was doing a story on children who live on the streets, or people who live on the streets. When I say children, young people, not necessarily, very little children. And at a point in time, one of them spotted me and discovered that I was taking their pictures. And by all means, they wanted my head. I ran, they chased me. I went and entered a shop that was in Lagos, and they were waiting for me in front of the shop with sticks, with clubs. They said no, they were going to deal with me. Well, the owner of the shop and some of those guys, we tried to call the police, but I think finally the police did not come. Before the police came, some guys went to them and at least spoke to them, convinced them that they should go, they should forget about it. So that was, I had a narrow escape there. They could kill you. These are people who live on the streets. They don't have any regrets. They don't have any morals. They can go to any extent. When the President of the Republic, President Paul Biya, was to go to Nyambizan to lay the foundation stone there, I was among the team of reporters that was supposed to do a live coverage. Normally, such coverages ought to be there maybe a day before, but that wasn't the case. First of all, the necessary things that were supposed to be put at our disposal was given late, so we had to leave here very late. We got to a boulevard, had time to just check into a hotel, just clean up ourselves, and then rush to the site. The head of state was supposed to be there. There was no way, that is by whatever magic we were supposed to be there. The road was bad. And then I had the privilege of reporting on the presidential activities direct. And that was the very first time I think I got close to the president. So that was a very good experience for me, which I think I'll ever remember.
LUMA Slim Davis has a fatherly figure. He appears to you like a father, aside being a colleague or being one who defends your right. And then I know him like a human being who hasn't got any fear when he wants to state what is just. Like, he is a perfect staff representative that will always tell management what he thinks should be done to improve on the working conditions of the staff, even if management does not want to hear. So he actually breaks that narrative to stand out in that aspect.
Monsieur le Président, oui, bienvenue. Chers camarades, Président, bienvenue.
To be a workers' representative, first of all, is passion. A passion that started right in my secondary school days. I was a class prefect. I was always taking the lead.
So when Luma talks, he talks out of a background of hard work that has spanned through his life as a youth, and we've seen that as when he was working. But over the years, Luma Slim Davis did not only get involved in fighting for the rights of workers. He became the personnel delegate, representing the staff delegate. He's one to talk for them. A lot of times we've seen Luma very, very selfless. I can start outlining. If you go over to the editing booth, at one point there were no chairs. Luma Slim Davis said that as long as he is Luma, there must be chairs. He walked right up to management and said it's not possible that the entire editing booth can be without chairs. And if you go to the editing booth now, you see modern chairs that were provided for the editors. All of that is thanks to Luma Slim Davis. What would I tell you about lights in the studio? Now you can have lights and the place is lighted. Is Luma, is the work of Luma Slim Davis. A lot of young reporters who have had problems, all what we've done when it comes to us, we like, please try and see Pa Luma.
We were the founding fathers of SINACOM, which is the National Trade Union for communicators or media workers, where I started as the vice president for SINACOM in charge of CRTV, and then later on become the president.
He was very remarkable in the way he carried out his duties as a staff delegate. He was always ready to defend the right of one of his. If you got into trouble, the first person you would run to, I bet you, would be Luma Slim Davis, because he would first of all give you advice on just what to do in order to probably avoid it getting to a worse state. Or he would say, well, don't worry, I have your back. So he was this great defender of our rights.
He's that type of person that has always been there for everyone. He listened, he advised.
Par ses interventions, par sa façon de faire, c'est quelqu'un qui tient à ses convictions. Quand il a une idée dans la tête, il va jusqu'au bout.
Nous demandons la présence active des partenaires sociaux lors de la négociation du nouveau contrat.
I remember the Labor Day, 1st of May, when Luma stood up to give his speech. I mean, he was very bodacious and courageous, and he spoke to the Director General straight to his face and said some very strong things. Another time, the Minister of Labour was here. Luma presented a speech and said some very straight things. So Luma is, first of all, a hard worker, and then as a personnel, as a staff delegate, he was, I think he's one of the best that I think I have seen in CRTV.
Je connais Père Luma, quelqu'un de très franc, très sérieux, qui ne recule pas devant un sujet lorsqu'il sait qu'il a raison. Quand il a ses objectifs à atteindre, tu ne peux pas le stopper. Lorsqu'il s'agit de défendre les droits des collègues, du personnel, Père Luma ne s'amuse pas. Vous avez vu lors de son dernier discours, il a dit, tout ce qu'il a dit était vrai. Et si c'était que lui, les choses devraient se passer de façon à satisfaire tout le monde. Parce qu'il n'aimerait pas savoir que, avec tout ce qu'on abat comme travail, qu'on ait des frustrations, que le personnel soit maltraité.
Depuis que je suis arrivé au SINACOM, c'est l'homme qui m'a le plus marqué par son calme. Donc quand il y avait des sujets crus, il prenait le temps d'analyser avant de répondre. C'est une idole pour moi par rapport au syndicat. Je peux dire que c'est lui qui m'a formé dans le syndicat. Il a été quelqu'un de très très positif. Il était quelqu'un qui a fait à ce que notre syndicat puisse grandir par sa façon de faire, par ses conseils et par sa façon de vivre. C'est un homme charismatique.
Comme délégué du personnel, nous en gardons également de très bons souvenirs parce qu'il s'est montré vraiment très 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 proche des préoccupations du personnel. Vous avez pu voir il est constamment sollicité, sursollicité. Son téléphone sonne presque toujours avec des coups de fil des personnels qui viennent de Yaoundé, de Garoua, de Maroua, de Bolova, de Douala, de partout. Il aura accompli cette mission déléguée du personnel avec beaucoup d'abnégation, avec beaucoup d'application, avec vraiment le désir de toujours rendre service, de toujours satisfaire ses collègues. Il se considère vraiment comme quelqu'un de missionné qui devait absolument honorer la mission qui lui a été confiée par des collègues. Donc vraiment, j'en garde de très bons souvenirs et je dois dire qu'il va beaucoup nous manquer.
Sinacom is like my baby. I have done a lot for Sinacom. I have nurtured Sinacom. There are so many people who are not happy to see me leave. Fortunately or unfortunately, I have to leave. But my wish is that those I'm leaving behind should continue to fly the flag of Sinacom.
On est même l'une des rares directions qui travaille. On est la seule direction qui travaille.
Il nous a fait comprendre que même après lui, le syndicat doit vivre. Et si le syndicat se perd après lui, ça veut dire qu'il n'a pas fait un bon travail. Donc on a le droit et l'obligation de faire marcher le Sinacom.
Being a staff representative was very challenging all through, more or less, where you have to defend the personnel, where you have to, maintain this equilibrium. You work as a link between the personnel and the management or the administration. That is trying to more or less satisfy both, or while trying to satisfy the personnel, at least you don't fall at loggerheads with the administration. There are periods when, if something is lacking, for instance, there are situations where the air conditioner was not working well. The people are looking up to you to make sure that the administration provides air conditioners, provide other good working conditions. Now you have to negotiate. You have to serious negotiations. Sometimes negotiations that can even turn rowdy. My job consisted of discussing with the Director of Administrative Finance, which is generally called the DAF, regularly, and then the general says that the Resource Management Director. Sometimes it might look as if you are against the administration. You see, that is conflicting. But you have to do it. So it was a terrible experience which I enjoyed very well because it was passion.
No, my car.
Je dois dire que j'ai eu beaucoup de plaisir à travailler avec LUMA Slim Davis, que j'ai toujours apprécié, d'abord pour son élégance. Vous avez pu le constater, c'est un monsieur très élégant et qui porte beau. Et comme journaliste, c'est très important.
C'est vrai aussi qu'il a des petits défauts. Ces défauts sont lesquels? C'est que quand il a une idée, tu ne peux pas vite changer son idée.
Mr. LUMA Slim Davis, I remember in 2019, the CRTV came to Fu to organize a program in relation to the IDPs. And the senior divisional officer, since I worked there, I am English speaking, called me. And we went around and visited some homes where the internally displaced people were found. I remember he said, I don't have too much. It's just 10,000 francs that we are going to give to those families. I think it's going to do something. I was like, wow. So this is how I came to know Mr. LUMA, and we started the project. We went to a few homes. I thought, like the other philanthropists do, would like to maybe gather the people so that they know him and so on. He said, no, it's not necessary, it's not very important. The most important thing is that we will try to do what we can do, and from time to time when I have something, I'll come back. And that is how Mr. Luma from 2019, December till today, once in a while, he calls and he sends something, and I send to those people.
Depuis peut-être 12 ans, mon mari est mort. Et lui, il est le soutien. C'est un papa, il est venu ici là conseiller les enfants, dire aux enfants que comme même votre père est mort là, ne pensez pas que vous êtes seul. Vous vivez avec une famille, un papa.
Quand je suis même dans des situations, les conseils, il me donne. Il pense à moi et les pauvres orphelins que mon mari a laissés. Donc pendant les fêtes, pendant la rentrée, il est avec nous ici.
Si les enfants sont ce qu'ils sont aujourd'hui là, c'est grâce à lui.
I wish my father the best. May God bless him with all the work that he has been doing and all the sacrifice that he has been doing for us and my school fees. And when I get sick, he always bring me to the hospital and treat me.
Je suis qu'après sa retraite, il aura une autre activité. Je ne vois pas M. Luma après sa retraite aller se coucher.
I'm a writer. Presently, I have a magazine, an international magazine, Africa Economy.
I did not mention that Luma started a news magazine. We also wish that Luma should not stop that magazine. Let that magazine continue and let people know that once upon a time and there always will be Luma Slim Davis.
Je lui souhaite longue vie et merci pour tout ce qu'il a fait pour nous. On a beaucoup appris de lui.
Ce ne sera pas une retraite pour lui, ce sera juste pour lui une façon de changer d'activité.
I wish him the best after this because retirement is another journey and I know he has been working so hard for this, so I hope it's going to be very smooth. Since he's somebody that always prepares himself in advance before he starts his project, he has so many projects he will do after his retirement, so I'm not bothered about that. I just wish him the best and success in whatever he undertakes.
I wish him a wonderful retirement, and once a journalist, always a journalist. We love you, I love you.
Je lui souhaite tout d'abord d'avoir une santé de fer pour qu'il puisse véritablement profiter de la retraite. Je le vois à retraité qui va aborder une nouvelle vie, une seconde vie active, peut-être à son compte. Donc je lui souhaite beaucoup de chance, beaucoup de santé et beaucoup de bonheur dans cette nouvelle vie. Et c'est un privilège que de prendre sa retraite et de pouvoir aller vaquer à d'autres occupations.
We are wishing Luma the best, especially we wish him good health. We pray that his health is going to be renewed like that of an eagle, and that we're not going to hear anywhere and anytime soon that Luma is sick, because Luma Slim Davis is a library of his own. So talking to him is library.
I wish him all the best. You know, as one of our elders used to say, there is a life after CRTV.
Moi, je souhaite qu'il soit un conseiller auprès du SINACOM parce que nous avons besoin de gens comme lui.
And I'm sure that even the management recognizes that at least I did something for CRTV. I have given my best in CRTV, and I'm so happy I'm living with my head high. I'm happy that a lot of people appreciate what I have done.